So glad to see you guys showed up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Jimmy. We're making it work. Just seeing you and me. We're gonna spend a day in the shop. Hope you're ready for it, because the drama, intrigue, suspense, the thrills, the spills, you just can't find that anywhere else on YouTube. Sports cars, Fast and Furious cars, exotics, even old Mercedes diesels that people didn't really, they hoped that the $100 was gonna fix it. They didn't realize that was just looking at it. That's what we do here. We make it work. We've got some body shop cars out here that are wrecked. The one car doesn't have a trunk lid on it. It's very strange. But it is what it is. We're doing what we can. I mean, the workbench is impressively straightened up. I will take full credit for that, as well as I think I've done 12 oil changes this week. So they just call me the Castrol Kid. But that's not what we're here for. I'm barely even filming oil changes anymore because they're so boring for me. I can't imagine they'd be exciting to watch. You guys let me know in the comments. You want me to film the oil changes? I will, if that's what everybody wants. But I want to make interesting content that maybe I can help somebody learn something. Maybe somebody can teach me what I did wrong. That happens too. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. If you've been around a while, you know that I'm not making, I don't have a script. I do have dump trucks going by quite often though, and ambulances. I don't have a script. I don't pre-plan things and set up studios and do perfect lighting and audio. Sometimes it can get a little sketchy around here because it's reality. That's where we all are, right? We're all living reality. Let's stop horsing around. Enjoy a beautiful morning of about 77 degrees, low humidity. It's very nice out. Hope it's nice where you are. Winter is coming. So start chopping some firewood and get ready. Let's get this place open up, see what we can do to learn things, have fun, and keep the lights on. Ready? Let's do it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna knock out a quick oil change and then we'll come back and get this day started. We gotta come back. It's not mine though. Convertible top's leaking water somewhere, but I'm not gonna mess with that. It's also overheating. I'm gonna find out why it's overheating. It's got a lot of grass on it too, but grass, gas, or one other thing. Nobody rides for free. Someone chose grass, I'm guessing. Let's get the scanner on it, see if we can run the fan and things like that. I got to do a block test, but we're out of block fluid, so I got them trying to get some of that. That's why I got the cap off. But I'm going to see if I can get the fan and run and stuff like the simple stuff first. I'm not sure what was done on the car. I know brakes and suspension and convertible top and some cooling system stuff and tune-up stuff. But now we got to figure out why it still overheats. It's not supposed to do that. Alright, we have stuffed in our connector and we got the K8 doing its thing. See if we got any weird codes, and we'll go to bi-directional test and run that fan. Alright, actuation tests. That'll take a second. You can do it! All we gotta do now is find fan. Output test mode might have it. Let's see. Okay, I want to try it. I was hoping it would be easy to find. Gear command, fuel pump, idle control, pressure control, spark advance, shift solenoids. Special functions? Nope. Interesting. Someone's cleared codes and has not set all the trip monitors yet, because I got a P1000. I don't see a way to run the fan. That's a shame. All you gotta do is start it up with the air on. It'll turn the fan on for you, silly. I'm gonna watch the temperatures, see what we do here, see how she goes. I might have just had an air pocket in it from cooling system repairs. I don't know. I'm basically starting from scratch in the dark. So it is what it is. We're gonna make it work no matter what. Let's make it work. No error in the cooling driver system. Turn the AC off to see what the fan does. It's taking a while to turn the fan off, but my temperature looks good. Kind of interesting. We'll have to make a note of that. Let's see if I can find coolant temp. This is cylinder head temp. Similar, but not the same. 130,000 miles. 2002 Thunderbird with a love rating of about 8. Maybe a 7. I don't know. I think 7. 8's a little too generous. I'm in such a good mood that I'm just being way too generous. The fans are working. The temperature's not going up to halfway. She's been running a while. Matter of fact, there might even be a timer in here. We can see how long it's been running. But cylinder head temp is the only engine-related temperature PID I can find. Sometimes on these two, you got to be aware that there might be a sender for the gauge and a sender for the computer separate. So it could be a problem with the sending unit or the gauge itself that's showing it's overheating when it's really not. Hard to be sure. It is pretty low on gas, so I got a limited amount of time to run it. But we're going to see what happens with this temperature with the gauge, and if they agree, and if the gauge goes up and the cylinder head temp doesn't, we'll know. We'll have a good sense of direction that way. Kind of strange, because it's been running a while and not showing me that it was overheating. Maybe it had an air pocket and it has since been corrected and the coolant topped off again. Like I said, I'm just kind of jumping in the middle trying to figure out where we went and where we're going. She's been running close to half an hour, and the temperature is still about halfway on the gauge. So what I'm doing is just letting it run. It's up to about 199 on the head temperature. The fan's still only at 9.6%. I want to see at some point if this temperature gets higher, does the fan percentage come up and the fan speed up and the temperature come back down. Simple as that. We're going to wait it out. Quick oil change. They did say they have an oil. They did say they have an oil leak. They did say they have an oil leak, and their oil light was coming on. There's no oil on a dipstick, and they definitely have an oil leak from the drain plug and an oil leak from the oil filter. It's kind of strange. It's only got 65,000 miles on it. It's like a 2014 or 2016 or something like that. I forget. Fairly new, let's put it that way. They're going on a trip, so we're gonna have to make sure that drain plug is good and there's no cracks or bad threads or anything weird. Before I change the oil, I'm gonna actually try to tighten it, just to see if maybe that's why it's leaking. It's tight. That's a bad sign for the oil pan. Let's go ahead and proceed with our oil change, see what the threads look like. I don't see anything wrong with the threads, but I am going to see if I can get a better gasket than the aluminum washer. Aluminum washer works, but maybe not on this one. Either that or there's a micro crack in the pan. I'll have to look at that. We'll clean it up after it drips really good. I don't see anything wrong with the oil pan, but I got a hybrid gasket, metal and rubber. After we do the oil change, before putting the cover on, we'll have to lift it up and take a look. See that? Got a cracked oil pan. Well, this thing's been running an hour and 20 minutes. And never gone over halfway on the gauge. It's 219 is the hottest the cylinder head temperature sensor gets. I turned the AC on now to see if that has any effect, but it's not overheating that I can see. It had to have had an air pocket, and someone here must have topped it off already afterwards. So we've kind of already fixed it without knowing, maybe? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Got the air on now. Of course, that bumped the fan speed up to 55%. Temperature's still 219. Don't worry about these little, that's just data glitches. If it's If it doesn't see data for a split second, it drops to no data and back up. Could be in the scan tool, could be something in the Bluetooth, but no concerns. It has actually brought the cylinder head temperature down a couple degrees since I put the air on. So I am not seeing a concern with this. I'll let them know about the crack in the oil pan. The oil cooler looks like it might be leaking just a tiny bit too, but the oil pan's 90% of their problem. And they're going on a trip. So I don't know if we'll be able to get that for today, but we'll see. I'll give you one guess what we're doing. One guess is all you get. A brand new 300,000 mile Tahoe. We got an oil pan for this here Hyundai. 2019 Hyundai Sonata oil pan. Even a Castrol kid gets thrown a bone once in a while. We get a repair here and there. Such a crap minute. I'm gonna save the oil. That's what all the hard shit's about. As long as it doesn't come out looking nasty. I don't know what kind of sludge is in the oil pan. I don't think this car gets a lot of love. I'll have to be gentle with this. Wasn't what I was hoping for, but it worked out. No power tools unless you're replacing the oil pan. That's the rules, so I don't make them. I just live by them. Mostly. You gotta take the bracket off. Right here. You don't take the whole compressor off. Just gotta get the bracket out of your way. And you can get power tools for that too. This is some 12s through here, and these two. And then all 10s around the outside. Should be pretty quick and easy. You can phase like 0.8 or something like that. Looks like you got a little schmutz on your face. Get that off. That's better. Now it's like a real professional studio setting. Let you sneak that out from under the compressor. I do remember that the bolts turn the other way. Gotta get quarter drive, I guess, because that don't work. That don't work. Let's see if this does. Oh, you turkeys. I'll be right back. That's what I was hoping for. Otherwise 0.8 wouldn't make any sense. Look what they've done though, they're cool. These these guys. 12 point. They can't stop me. I have those too. I bought all the necessary tools, almost all of them, because they want you to get out your specialty tools. Oh, it goes up in the black. Gray sealing on it. Interesting. It's gooey, whatever it is. I was not expecting that to happen. Watch your head. Gasket breaking tools. Wasn't expecting it to be that hard to get off. There's a lot of things going on I wasn't expecting lately. That's alright. Simple job. Unsimplified. Seriously? Seriously? I'm bending my tool. I'm literally bending my tool. They couldn't make the oil pan not crack, but they made it not let go. These turkeys. Hurt the sealing surface. I mean, it's going to get a scratch or two, but now very gently carbon scrape off my RTV remnants. Very hard to keep it flat on the transmission in your way. It's a slow, tedious process. Be patient. going to go put my RTV on the pan, and I'll spray brake clean on this, wipe it down one more time real quick right before I put the pan up, because you always get little drips coming down the corners and silliness like that. You know, that's a quality Spectra pan. Uh-oh, that's too heavy. Drag it out. Any of the bolt holes that are really close to the edge, I'm going to go around both sides of them. And there's going to be a little RTV, a little excess RTV here and there, but you don't want it all over the place, but you also don't want to miss a spot and have it too thin in an area and then it's going to leak. What you want to avoid is RTV running down the pan, getting into pickup, all kinds of craziness like that. That's the most important thing. No gaps, no excessive RTV getting into places where it's going to cause more problems, because it will clog up an oil pickup. Even the old pieces you clean up, don't leave anything around that can fall off into the pan. And there are electric RTV dispensers if you want to get one. Anywhere they look kind of close. I think we're good. Let's put it up. That will be pretty good. Try to get a bunch of bolts started at least, and I can start tightening them up. If you think you have too much RTV, like some of these back ones, put the bolt in, take the bolt back out. A little bit in the hole won't hurt, but if there's a lot in there and you jam the bolt in there, you could crack something, because basically wet RTV is a fluid, right? And if it's a blind hole, there's nowhere for it to go. So you definitely don't want to just jam a bunch in there. If you think there might be some, thread the bolt in slow, so we'll have time to ooze out past and not cause you big problems, because then in a month it'll be back saying, I see leaks on the ground still, and it'll be a worst case scenario, crack. It's pretty rare that it happens, but it's something to be aware of. Those two 12mm head bolts, or 12-point, I keep calling them 12mm, 12-point headed bolts. Put a little RTV on them treads, because I'm guessing that was sealant on there that I feel still gooey. We got to look up our torque specs. I believe it's 8 foot-pounds for the little ones, quite a bit more than that for the larger ones. But for now, we're going to just snug them all up. You want to give all this a good 30 minutes, maybe an hour before you put the oil in it. Let the RTV set up and skin over. I did wipe down here, and all the excess RTV was, I overdid it a little bit. So I wiped it all down to make sure it wasn't going to be causing trouble. Last thing anyone wants is trouble. Let's go look up the torque specs. 22 foot-pounds on the big ones. And 8 foot-pounds, like I thought, on the 10mm head bolts. I'm going to fast forward this because it's going to take forever. And forever is a long time. I need a 10 millimeter. Be right back. Always unscrew your torque wrench just a little bit, not all the way. Leave a few foot-pounds on it, and you should be okay. Foot-pounds. For the ones you can get to. A lot of screwing going on. We're not done. Apparently I'm missing 3 screws, but I don't have any left. So I had to be missing 3 screws, right? Let's see if I can find some in my box. Fire it up, make sure it's not leaking. Safe for human consumption. I'm gonna take this for a drive, and getting close to the end of the day, but we might be able to get something else done today. We'll see. We'll do the best we can. We always do. All right, guys. Not a bad week. 65 hours, 66 hours, and we got still a BMW we didn't get to. The Prius, we're waiting on some parts. We got parts coming for the Volkswagen. The Mercedes are not fixing, but they haven't picked it up and paid for that yet. So if all of those went, we'd have had a 70-some-odd hour week. That's a pretty good week. Anyway, whatever makes you happy. Oh, look, the bunny. Wanna go see him? See if we can get close. He's not gonna let us get close. A lot of animals in this. Oh, there he goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed your company this week. It's great knowing you're there. I hope you'll torque the like button before you head out. Maybe subscribe if you're new here. And most importantly, I hope you have a great weekend, and then I see you in another video, because you're awesome.